Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll now be discussing about the steps on how to solve for the mean and the variance of a discrete probability distribution. Okay, when we say discrete probability distribution, it is a set of values of a discrete random variable that has corresponding probabilities. Okay, when we say also discrete random variable, it is a type of random variable wherein the values of the random variable takes the numbers which is a counting number, which are the counting numbers, or it contains the set of the natural numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Then those values of the random variable has corresponding probabilities. Now, say for instance, we flip two coins, and then we have the random variable of A is A. The random variable is A of getting a tail. So in the previous video, we already knew that if we flip two coins, the outcomes will be HH, one head and one tail, one tail and one head, and we have two tails. Next is, since the random variable is A of getting a tail or tails, so we need to count the number of tails per outcome. So we have, in the first outcome we have 0, and the second we have 1, the third is one tail, then here we have two tails, so we need to put 2. As you can observe, the random variables are 0, 1, 1, and 2, and they are all natural numbers, and this makes the distribution a discrete random variable. And then in every random variable, we can identify a probability for each of these random variable. So that makes it a discrete probability distribution. Now for the probability, since we already know that if we flip the two coins, and how many times we can only have one HH, and then that probability is out of 4, since we have only 4 outcomes in that scenario. And also in HT, we only have also 1/4, so we will just copy 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. So meaning these 4 outcomes has the equal chances, or the equal chance of occurring if you will flip two coins. Okay, the next step is to convert this fraction into decimal, so that we'll be having a faster way. We'll be having a faster pace in computing for the mean and the variance. So we will simply divide 1 and 4. So 1 divided by 4, then we have 0.25. So since they are 1/4, so we will just copy the 0.25. Next is, we have here, we will multiply the yellow and the green, or the probability, the random variable, and the corresponding probabilities. So we will have 0 times its probability, which is this one. So we have, it's 0. Next is, we have 1 times 0.25 is 0.25. Next is 1 again. 1 times this one, so 0.25, and we have we'll multiply 2 and 0.25, so we will get 0.50. Then to compute for the mean, so we will just simply add these numbers. So the mean is 1. So meaning to say, the mean of choosing 2 coins with a random variable of A of getting tails is 1. Now for the variance, so we have here, we will just simply subtract all the random variables to our mean first. So we have a yellow minus blue, so we will have 0 minus the mean, so -1. Next we have 1 minus 1 minus the mean is 0. Next we have here 1 again minus the mean, which is 1, and we have 2 minus 1. So the answers are -1, 0, 0, and 1. Next is we need to multiply or square the difference of this, the difference of the yellow and the blue, or these numbers. So basically we have -1 times -1 is +1. In this case we have 0 times 0 is 0. This is also 0 times itself, which is 0. So this is 0. And finally we have 1 times itself, which is 1. So the answer is 1. Then after this we need to multiply the probability and this column. So we have 0.25 times 1 is 0.25. Then this one, 0.25 times 0 is 0. And this one, 0.25 times 0 is 0.25. And 0.25 times 1 is 0.25. Finally, we need to add these numbers to get the variance, which is, we'll take the sum, so the answer is 0.50. So meaning to say, if we flip 2 coins with a random variable of A of getting tails, the mean is 1 and the variance is 0.50. So that's it. That's how are you going to solve for the mean and the variance of a discrete probability distribution. Now comment down below if you want to know more about topics related to statistics and probability. In the next videos, I'm going to share with you another example of solving for the mean and variance of discrete probability distribution with probabilities that are different for every outcome. So subscribe.